The detergent is not bundled with the bucket here. Both will be kept separate. Even if I want, I can sell a detergent separate and the bucket separate here. Any transportation of chains for a single container of goods carriage which is not exceeding, if it is less than 750, it is exempted. If it is above 750, it is taxable supply. Whenever it is an intra transaction, we have to calculate CGST as well as SGST. Warm welcome to 6th B.Ba student. The subject we're discussing goods and services tax. Unit 3, the topic what we have here, input tax as well as time, place and value of supply. So for input tax and the output tax, we have to consider what is the time of supply, place of supply and the value of supply. In our previous sessions, we discussed about the theoretical concept of composite supply, mixed supply. In today's session, we're going to solve some problems on composite supply and mixed supply. I'm Professor Rajesh L.R. from Department of Commerce and Management from Vidhyaashram, First Grade College, Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. In our previous session, the theoretic concept, what we have studied, composite mixed supply and the benefits of GST and format for computation of value of supply, and one problem we have solved on value of supply. In today's session, we are going to have problem on composite supply, mixed supply, goods transport agencies, problems on time of supply, reverse charge, and next forward charge. So we're going to solve problems on each and every concept. First problem on composite supply. Mr. Rakesh, being a dealer in laptops, sold a laptop bag along with the laptop to a customer for rupees 65,000. So I'm selling a laptop with the bag at the price of 65,000. The CGST and SGST for laptop is 18%. For laptop bag is 28%. Now, the question they're going to ask, is it a composite supply or mixed supply? What would be the rate of tax to be charged for the 65,000, and find out what is the amount of GST has to be paid by the customer. It is a composite supply or mixed supply. The question, it is a composite supply only because the product cannot be sold separately and naturally it will be bundled. Laptop as well as laptop bag, both will be bundled. So it is called composite supply. What would be the rate of tax? Normally, the principal items rate is applicable for the GST. That is, the principal here is the principal will be a principal is laptop and the additional is laptop bag. For principal it is 18%, for additional it is 28%. But we are going to consider the 18% of GST for both laptop as well as laptop bag. So now what is the GST I have to pay here? The GST liability will be a value of the item into rate of GST. The value of the item is 65,000 into 18 by 100. 00 get cancels. 00 get cancels. Now 650 into 18 will be 11,700. This is the amount of GST what I have to pay. This is the amount of GST what I have to pay when I purchase a laptop with laptop, a bag which is supplied with all the laptops. The total cost of the laptop is 65,000, where I have to pay for that one 11,700 as GST. So total value of the product will be 76,700. Next, Mall of Mysore offers a free bucket with detergent purchased. I purchased a detergent for 500 rupees and they've offered me a bucket. GST for detergent is 28% and for bucket it is 18%. Whether it is a composite supply or mixed supply, what is the rate of GST and what is the amount of GST I have to pay? It is a mixed supply only because the product can be sold separately. Naturally, both are not bundled together. Say the detergent is not bundled with the bucket here. Both will be kept separate. Even if I want, I can sell a detergent separate and the bucket separate here. So now normally composite supply principal item rate will be the 28% of GST. The same concept what we had in the composite supply, the same will be adopted even for mixed supply also. Value of product is 500. 500 into 20 by 100 will be 140. In this, the CGST and SGST will be calculated. 500 into 14 is 70 rupees and 500 into 14, it is 70. So the rate of GST is 28% here, but for central government I have to pay 70 rupees and for the state government I have to pay 70 rupees because it is an intra-transaction. Whenever it is an intra-transaction, we have to calculate CGST as well as SGST. From on mixed supply, Mrs. ABC Limited, a dealer, offers combo packs of shirt, watch, wallet, book, and they are bundled as a kit. This kit is supplied for a selling price of 9,000. So they are supplying a kit which contains shirt, watch, wallet, book. All the things are packed. Tax for rate of shirt, watch, wallet, and book are 12% is shirt, and watch is 18%, wallet is 5%, and the books it is 0%. What would be the rate of tax, and also find out GST liability. In this, in mixed supply, as per the norm, the highest rate of tax is applicable. And here, the shirt is 12%, watch is 18%, wallet is 5%, book is 0%. The highest GST rate will be considered for the GST payment. So watch attracts the highest rate of tax, that is 18% will be rate of GST for the supply. Value of mixed supply and rate of GST, 9,000 into 9. So 18% has been split into two, CGST and SGST, that is and 9%. So 9,000 to 9 by 100, 0 get cancels here, 19 to 9, 8, 10, 0 get cancels, 19 to 9, 8, 10, the total 1,650. 620 is the GST amount what I have to pay. The total GST will be 1,620 rupees. And next we have here, Mrs. RSP Limited, a dealer offers combo the same t-shirt, belt, watch, wallet, and a diary, which are bundled, where they are paying 7,500. The rate of GST is 12%, 18%, 5%. In this one, whichever attracts the highest rate, that has to be considered as the GST rate. And on that, 7,500, that should be calculated. Same concept here. Watch attracts the highest rate of GST. That is, highest rate is 18% we have to consider. 7,500 into 9, 0 get cancels. 75 into 9, 675. 0 get cancels. 75 into 9, 675. Totally I have to pay GST 1,350. So now, problem on transport agencies. Now, transportation of agricultural produce, I have transported for 10,000. Transportation of milk, transportation of books, consignment 1,20,000. Transportation of organic manure 75,000. Transportation of chairs for a single consignee in the goods carriage, it is 650. So now in this one, any transportation of agricultural produce, the total it is an exempted supply. So now keep in the mind, even in the income tax, the agricultural income was exempted. Here also agricultural produce, whatever it is, an exempted supply. Even the transportation of milk is an exempted supply as per GST norms. And the next one, transportation of books, we have to calculate the tax, 1,20,000 into the rate of GST. It is a taxable supply. Organic manure, again, it is related to agriculture concept. It is an exempted supply here. And next one, any transportation of chairs for a single consignee on a goods carriage, which is not exceeding, if it is less than 750, it is exempted. If it is above 750, it is taxable supply. So my total taxable supply will be 1,20,000. On 1,20,000, I have to pay tax at 12% here. So that is split into two, 1,20,000 into 6% for central government, 1,20,000 into 6 for state government. 0 get cancels, 0 get cancels, where I have to pay 7,200, 7,200, that is 14,400 total GST I have to pay to the government. So this is how we have to calculate. Agricultural produce exempted, transportation of milk is exempted, organic manure is exempted, and any goods carriage when we are transporting goods, if it is less than 750, that is exempted. If it is above 750 only, we are going to consider as a taxable supply. Okay, this is the concept what we had, and it is a problem for 10 marks. Go through this one and understand and write. Only for one I have to make the calculation, and remaining all are exempted. Next problem, Mr. Balkrishna, a transport registered under GST, is located in Bangalore and is transporting the goods to Chennai. Now we have to calculate each and every concept properly. The transport of goods from warehouse in Bangalore to Mysuru. So from Bangalore to Mysuru, I have to transfer the goods. The place of supply should be considered here. Who is liable to pay tax and who is liable to pay GST? If ABC Chennai is not a registered, here it is a registered person and not a registered person. So now we have to calculate in such a way that one, who is liable here? First one, the place of supply of service GST liability, which is a place we have to consider. The place of supply should be considered as ABC Limited Chennai. So it is not the Bangalore to Mysuru. No, we should not consider Bangalore. The main person who is supplying the goods is from the Chennai. And who is liable to pay if he is a registered person? If ABC Limited Chennai is a registered person, then it is liable to pay GST as a recipient of service on reverse charge. When ABC Limited is transporting the goods, ABC Limited has to pay the tax on a reverse charge. That is nothing but he has to pay tax and he has to collect the benefit of input tax credit. Who is liable to pay if he is not a registered? ABC Limited Chennai, not a registered person. Then Balakrishna is transporting the goods from the Bangalore. He has to pay the GST. And again, it is a forward charge and he is going to collect that amount from the person who is receiving the goods in the Mysuru. And the person who has paid the tax in the Mysuru, he is going to get the benefit of ITC, input tax credit benefit for the amount whatever he has paid. And the next is going to get the benefit. In the next problem, Mr. Ramesh, a senior advocate, supplied services rupees 2,40,000 to business entity for legal service. So is an auditor is giving a legal service and he collected 2,40,000 as a legal fees. Business entity which has a turnover of 65 lakhs a year for the previous year. Senior advocate is a registered office in Bangalore. The business entity is located in Mysuru. Find out who has to pay the tax and what is the amount of tax and what is the net GST liability if GST rate is 18%. So we have to know here who has to pay the tax and what is the amount of tax. A business entity being a recipient of service is liable. Means the business which is taking the services, they have to pay the tax. What is the net GST liability of business entity to pay here? How much they are paying? 2,40,000 they are paying here. For central government, they have to pay 9%, and for state government, they have to pay 9%. So totally it will be 21,600, 21,600, 00 get cancels, 2,400 into 9, 00 get cancels, 2,400 into 9. So 21,600, 21,600. So it will be 43,200. So this will be 43,200. So now, the turnover of business entity is more than 20 lakh, so it is liable to pay GST. If the turnover of any business entity, if it is less than 20 lakh, there is no need to pay tax to the government. Format on time of supply under forward charge under section 12 subclause 2. Date of invoice, a last date of issue. Date on which the payment is recorded in the books of account and the amount credited to bank. In these three, whichever is earlier. This is the date we have to consider for the time of supply. In the first case, 6th January, 5th January, 7th January and 19th February. Date of removal, date of invoice, receipt of goods, date of receipt of payment. So in this first case, we have to consider 6th January, 5th January, 7th January, 19th February. We are considering the date of invoice as time of supply in this whichever is earlier. The time of supply in the first case will be date of invoice. In the second case will be date of receipt of goods. This is the earliest date. And in the third case, date of receipt of payment, 1st January will be the earliest date in the given information. And now I have to consider 5th January and 1st January as time of supply in the case what they are given. And it will be for 10 marks, a split of 5 marks question. If they ask, just have to write the date, year, the time of supply. In the first case, invoice, this is for the first case, and this for the second case, and this is for the third case. If I write the date properly, and if I make the conclusion, the time of supply is date of invoice, time of supply, date of receipt of goods, time of supply, date of receipt of payment. If I write this one, that's enough with the time of supply. If I record this one, enough to get the full allotted 5 marks. In the next problem, if a supplier goods has received an amount rupees 1,500 against an invoice of 1,100 on 25th April, time of supply of goods and due date of payment are to calculate here in the second problem. What is the information that are given? What is the time of supply? Since the excess amount received over and above invoice value not exceeds 1,000, if the supplier has an option to treat the time of supply rupees 400, that is rupees 1,500 minus rupees 1,100 as 25th April 2023 or 14th May 2023. So we have to consider either 25th April or 14th May for the amount of supply where we have received above 1,100, that is 400 rupees. What is the due date should be considered here? If time of supply is 25th April, then due date will be from there. It is exactly, they have considered 25 days. 20th May 2023 will be the time of supply. Then the due date for this 25th April. The due date for 25th April will be 20th May. If the time of supply is considered as 14th May, then the due date will be 20th June 2023. So these are dates what we have to record for the due date and the time of supply. Based on time of supply, the due date has to be calculated here, and then we have to record according to the requirement. In the upcoming session, we are going to discuss about 12 subclause 3, 12 subclause 4, 13, and what is the new GST rate has been changed and how it gives the effect on the transactions made. In today's session, we have discussed and solved certain problems which are very important from the examination point of view. Go through that one, understand clearly, and get the center marks. Thank you to all 6th B.Ba students. Understand the concept of GST, time and place and value of supply. We are going to get almost 25 to 30 marks from this concept. Understand and write easily. Every prompt will be in a very easiest manner. Only have to think and read and analyze and have to write. If I know the theoretical concepts properly, we'll get definitely a center marks. Don't neglect the theory part. Go through the theory part. With that theoretical part, have the practical concepts, so we can get easily a score of 60 out of 60 if we have the support of theory. Thank you once again.